Friends, we need to talk. I'm tired of you dogging yourselves, cutting yourselves down, not accepting compliments that you deserve to hear. You're not just making me sad, you're actually polluting this environment we all share together with your crappy attitudes, and no one wants to go home with your shit all over them. You really are fucking brilliant, and you need to believe me with an open heart because it's true. The most confident you have ever been was when you were a child, so where did that go? My journey into self-deprecation started unintentionally in my childhood home, a mortuary. Now, as a kid, no big deal. We just lived where Dad worked, with dead people. But as I grew up, I started understanding what everyone else's perceptions of that was, and I started to believe that story as well. So as a little kid, I learned very quickly how to use humor to get people to come towards me. If I could get you to laugh, oh, you loved me. As I started to grow, I got really awkward, and then the jokes against myself just got really strong. And then, as a young adult, I was so concerned about everyone loving me that I was such a massive fucking people pleaser, and I started getting tired living up to that lie. But I had to because I didn't know any other way of being, so I perpetuated the story. Well, now, at the precious age of 40, I know that the following is true. Every person on this planet was once a confident, outgoing, joy-filled child. And that child was allowed to be that for as long as they could, or at least until school beat it out of us. We were all awkward. We all tried to live up to these standards of perfection that didn't exist because we were trying to be somebody else. Now, what opened me up and started taking my stories away, the births of my lovely little children, Amara on the left, and Kendall's her middle name, and Elliot on the right. Now, when I became their mother, of course, I also became their student. Now, they didn't come to teach me anything I didn't already know. They were actually here to remind me of things that I had forgotten. And the first lesson was a doozy. When Amara was born, she had 3 internal head bleeds that left her in the NICU for the first 6 days of her life. Now, throw a brand new mother into the NICU after 29 hours of labor and try to make her believe that this beautiful child is not going to be permanently damaged. As tiny as she was, it's like she was looking at me just saying, "Just be here, Mommy, now. You can't control any of this. Just be here, now." Those stories that used to hold on to me before I was a mother, they don't hurt me anymore. I no longer worry about what everybody thinks of me, and all I do worry about is how I'm going to meet the needs of these tiny little helpless people who are nothing but pure joy. As I am in the world now after being their mother, and I see adults ripping themselves apart, it absolutely kills me. Because each and every one of us were once that kid. So what the hell happened to you? I have now tailored all of my work to get people to understand that that kid is inside of you, and you can access that kid at any time. Now. These brilliant little people have taught me that I am now, I always have been, and I never will be anything other than fucking brilliant. Yeah, I know, you too. I chisel away at my own adulthood whenever possible. And when I can let that little girl up to the surface, I fly through the world with ease. And when all of the shoulda, woulda, coulda bullshit is in my head, I'm absolutely miserable. So I want to remind you now, when you see children fully engaged in playing, I want you to remember you are that child you used to be. You were put on this earth to be the most brilliant version of yourself you possibly can be. You inspire people every single day when you share that brilliance with them. And it is because of this and everything else that you really are fucking brilliant.